Good day, everyone. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the risk to reward ratio. And I'm going to put some clarity to understand the risk to reward ratio. And I'm going to shed more light in terms of prop firms around risk to reward ratio. Are you asking yourself what is the best risk to reward I would like to use? Like you're a trader out there and you're like, what risk to reward would be the best for me to use? In this video, I'm going to cover a simple guide for you to actually narrow down what is the best risk to reward for you to use. Another thing you need to understand in this video is your win rate. One of the most important things to understand is your win rate work hand in hand with your risk to reward. Again, your risk per trade. Number one thing you need to understand is by every risk you take, your risk needs to be what? Consistent. You don't have to be flipping your risk from today you're risking 0.5%, tomorrow you're risking 1%. Now, straight to the point, what is the best risk to reward I like using? I like using a 5-hour trade. I like aiming or I like going for a 5 risks to reward. Right? What is my rate? Now I like to put this at the worst case scenario. In the span of 10 trades of me following my trade strategically, not trying to be emotional about my trades. In 10 trades, worst case scenario, what's the worst that can happen? I'll put it around 30%. Put in worst case scenario, 30% rate. What is my risk? 1% fixed. Now, how can we put it in line with understanding prop firms as a whole? Is this site. You can use this website, you can search it up. All right. The question is, what is your win rate? What is your win rate on the worst case scenario? I have a 30% win rate and I have a 5 rate to reward. Now, the type of account I like trading are the two-phase accounts. What does my challenge fee cost? $500. What is my target for phase 1? 8%. Target for phase 2, 5%. Max drawdown 10, 10, and it's a initial drawdown. Meaning it's not a trading drawdown. Do you understand? And then risking 1% on both phases. How does it work? Now, right? Now let's look at it together. Now, having this stats from this point X to this point X, this is my stats for what I have, right? I have 88% pass rate. So understand that you don't need that crazy win rate for you to pass an account. You just need to understand the ratio in between your risk, your reward, and your win rate. Now, as worst case scenario, what can happen is you will end up buying two challenges, two prop firms, because one might actually go down in the process. So expected cost to fund this budget is $1,000. Now you might actually take up to 41 to 82 trades. Very possible. Bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down with a terrible win rate. This is what you can get. And this is a lot. But these are just number games because at some point in time, you get some win streak. And this does not calculate win streak. Now, for you to make back your money, you will need 1.25%. For you to get back all the money you use for challenges. Now, funded stage, for you to make back the money you used to buy your prop firms, you need about 1.25%, and you make back the money to buy your challenges, both the two accounts. Understand me? Now, for all I need you to do is understand your win rate. Now, this is a 30% win rate. Now, let's use a 50% win rate and a 1 to 3 risks to reward ratio, right? And then we run our simulation. We have what? A 99% win rate. Now, do you see how your win rate and your risk to reward play a very vital role? Now that you have a 99% win rate and your expected cost for an account is just 1, you don't need to buy 2 accounts. So the 3 R risk to reward ratio and a 50% win rate, you have both 90% of traders. You don't need 15 trades to pass your account, and you're only going to buy 1 prop firm challenge. Just 1 prop firm challenge. So with 15 trades, you can be funded easily with a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. So I believe this is shedding little light for you to understand that you don't need those crazy win rates to actually be very, very profitable in the forex market. Now let's keep it at 50% win rate, and then let's work with a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. This does not want to work. Okay. 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Run our simulation again. Again, it's very, very similar to that of 1 to 3. Again, same cycle, right? You can notice how that little risk to reward, good win rate, you're having higher pass rates. You have around 28 trades you're going to take. Ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. Now, with this kind of system, you can decide to keep your risk at 2%. 2% risk on a 1 to 2 system, and the 50% win rate, you're going to take less trades, and again, the win rate is still very, very high. I believe it's shedding some light to how you understand risk to reward ratio. So what I would love you to do is play around with this site, right? And then understand that win rate you have. then understand that you don't need a 10R on every single trade. No, you just need a very stable risk to reward ratio, a very stable win rate, and then the risk are going to be allocating on a trade by trade basis. All right. With that being said, I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. A very short video. So, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care of yourself and yeah, bosh.